Just don't reach in, okay? Because she will bite. But we'll pet in a little bit, okay? Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our penguin corner. My name is George, and this is Kevin. And we're actually the wildlife attendants for the Hilton. So we take care of these guys as well as everybody else on property. Now, these are African black-footed penguins. If you haven't counted yet, we have a total of 8 of them in this exhibit. Now, unfortunately for these species, they're not sexually dimorphic. They're actually monomorphic. And what that all means to you is all the male and the female all take the same shape. You cannot tell by just looking at them which are the male and the female. So what we do is we draw some blood, get their DNA, it's called blood sexing. And once we find out their genders, we put these bands on so you guys can tell. Now, all their bands are color-coded and have all their names on it. So this is Icarus in the red. And how you guys can tell which are the male and the female is where the band positionings are. Not too close, guys, okay? So the bands on the left wing are the females, and then the band on the right wing are males. So we have 6 females and 2 males. Now their name is just strictly for the identification. So they don't know their name. So I mean, if you try to call them, they won't come to you. Icarus is a little bit special. I'll go over that a little bit. She kind of does know her name, so when I do call her, she will come, but not all the time. So, yeah, Chris? Good girl. Oh, you're happy today. They also have 2 common names they go by as well. They go by the name of Cape penguins, because they're from Cape Town, South Africa. The other most common name they go by is actually the way she just vocalized. They sort of sound like donkeys, so they call them jackass penguins. But that's only their common name. The official name is the African penguin or African black-footed penguin. Now, as far as them being here in Hawaii, we don't do anything special for them. These are actually warm-weathered species of penguin. And we always get that misconception that all our penguin species all need that ice cold like the Antarctic. Now, it's because they always, most times when they show it on TV, most of the time they show the Arctic-type penguin. So the emperor penguin, and some other species that will live up there as well. So that's why we get that misconception that all penguins eat the cold. But we actually have more of the warm or tropical style penguins than the real ice or Antarctic type penguins. In fact, we have a total of 17 species, and basically you'll find all the species all below the equator, all on the southern hemisphere. So none of them made it up north. So you won't find these guys in Alaska or the North Pole. But basically you'll find them places like South America, Australia, New Zealand, the Galapagos, South Africa, and in the Arctic as well. Now these guys are true birds, so what you see she's covered with is all feathers. We call those wings, not flippers. They pretty much do everything that birds do. The only thing they don't do is they don't fly like birds, obviously, but if you watch them in the water swimming, they'll use their wings to propel themselves, so it sort of looks like they're flying in the water. So they lay eggs like birds do as well. They actually can lay twice a year. Girl, yeah. Now as far as their age-wise too, these guys will live in captivity for about 25 to 30. So Icarus here is one of our oldest. She's actually a little over 20 years of age. And it goes from 20 all the way down to our youngest, which is Mana in the black band. And he's a little over 3 years of age. From 20 all the way down to 3. And we also had 3 that was born at the Hilton as well. So from Mana and Kalia, the yellow and the black, they're actually brother and sister. They're the first 3 right by Kevin. Their mother is Remy in the white band. And then we have our breeding or bonded pair, that's Kia and Malia. They both have the same color band, they'll be both in the orange band because they're a breeding pair. They're actually sort of in the middle right now, those 2 right there. And their offspring is Betty in the blue band. So Betty, Mana, and Kalia are all born here at the Hilton.
They only bear one penguin at a time.
They can actually lay 2 eggs. Now these guys are very monogamous as well. So once they pair up, they'll bond for life. That's why they call it a bonded pair, because usually in the wild, if one dies, the other one will die as well. Yeah, so these guys are very monogamous. So even though he is surrounded by other females, he only will breed with Malia. Not too close, okay? Yeah, so if you actually look behind Malia there, there's Kalia back there. Actually, Kalia is trying to steal Pee away from Malia. But he'll never leave her, even though she's younger and prettier. He'll always, she's kind of courting him right now. He'll never, but she's actually trying because she doesn't have a mate.
Does he live longer in captivity than do in the wild?
Yes. So in the wild is about half. 25 to 30 in the wild is about half. Now, like I said, we got 6 females and 2 males. Actually 1 male because the other male's taken with Malia. We like to bring in more males than other females, but because of the West Nile and the bird flu right now, that's kind of out of the country for us, because we're isolated on an island. So our only other hope is Mana, our other male, in the black band. He's not quite there yet. They don't reach their peak till about 3 or 4 years of age, so he's actually getting there. So hopefully, we can do bonding, but actually if you watch him throughout the day, he's actually staying with his mother a lot. So they don't know the difference. So they won't bond with their siblings or their parents. Yeah, so.
This is one of the few facilities I've seen with this type of penguin. Outside of South Africa, it's amazing what you can get.
Oh no, we have other few.
There it is. What about in the Hilton chain or Hawaii or?
No, as far as that chain we're okay, here. Yeah, these are the kids.
Why did she have boobs?
Oh, she's got some food problems, so we're trying to put that on, kind of cushion her.
Oh, where are they, Mom?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
She has food problems.
Yeah.
That's why they tried to cut her.
No problem. Sardines, mackerel, whatever we can get seasonally. Now, when you first saw them go up to, before they ate, that's a little line, a little pecking order that they always follow. And it's usually the most dominant one will go first, and it kind of works their way down the pack. So obviously, I believe Mana was the first, so he's actually going to try and take over that dominancy, whereas the other male used to be. And that's all they eat too. When they eat, they don't chew their food, they swallow their fish whole, and they can swallow about 5 or 6 fish at one shot. Because they have a crop they can store that fish in, which is in their neck and chest area. The gizzard breaks down and it finally works their way down to their stomach. So in the wild, they can probably survive a couple days by doing that. But here, they're spoiled, so we feed them twice a day. Yeah. And they'll let us know when they're done too. They'll just walk away. For each one, they'll probably average about a pound of fish a day per penguin. Works out to about 12 to 14 of those fish. Now somebody asked me, do they eat those fish in the pond, those little minnows? They probably do, but I don't think it's for hunger because the fish are so much bigger than we feed. It's more probably just their instinct, hunting instinct, so they still are wild. Now we actually could put that same fish as well that Kevin's feeding in the water itself too, and they'll actually eat it live, but because we won't know who eats what, then that's why we hand feed them, so we know how much each one eats. And we just mark it down in a little chart there. Like I said, they average about a pound, but some can go a little bit more, a little bit less per penguin per feeding.
I see most of the time I see them up on land when I come by here as opposed to the water.
Yeah, unfortunately, they tend to be more in land. In the wild, it's actually the other way around. They needed to go for hunting. But here, yeah, they tend to be more, and that's why a lot of times you'll see us push them all in the water.
Right.
Yeah. But you're right. For some reason, they tend to be more. But I guess they don't have to, right? Because the only time they'll go in the water, in the wild, is to hunt. So they don't need to do that anymore.
Besides, these are pretty close accommodations here.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
They become rock potatoes.
What was that?
Like couch potatoes.
Yeah, basically it could be. It's like no predators to worry about, and just food. They know when it's coming twice a day. They actually know when the food is coming. So if you watch right around 2 in the morning, well, we feed them at 8 and 3. So right around 7 or close to 2, you'll see them all line up, and they all kind of stay right by the gate.
8 o'clock to
8 o'clock, yeah, Monday through Saturday. Hey, grab it, you can let it go.
Reminds me of YouTube.
It's right up there, you can wash your hands after. Grab another one. Go lower now so they can reach it. Oh my God.
So they like to eat the banana too?
Yeah, they like the fish better.
That's it.
You get it?
Wow, good job. There you go.
Another big fish. What kind of big fish is that?
That's actually a brahmi.
Ramen.
Yeah. It's actually a common aquarium fish, but they don't go that big. Yeah.